to the Druniverse!
And welcome on and welcome on and welcome back to the officially unofficially dangerous live stream of stuff. And welcome on and welcome. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you all. It's good to be back in front of the camera, back at the command of a starship, back in the pilot seat. Not that any good piloting comes along from here, but you know how it is. How are we all? It's Wednesday. It's time. It's time for some top quality stuff, which is a shame, really, because there's not going to be any of that here at all, as you well know. Anyway, I suppose I should do the thing because the thing is the thing, and the thing must be done before we get to any kind of spectacular waffleization or anything along those lines. The pin, it's taking the knock. Yeah. There's an excuse in there somewhere. I've got no idea what it is. Can't justify it. Top quality, quality with a capital K. That's what we have. It definitely got the wrong stream with WGB. Right, back to the top of the stream he goes. Taking a deep breath. Simon Army is first in the chat at 10 minutes to 7, which is pretty darn keen, I have to say, which full hour and 10 minutes before the stream even starts. And he gets dibs. I mean, you deserve it, my friend. Well done. Good for you. D Pitman 42 in there in second place. Top Shot in there in third place. Bringing us to 7:30. Intermutes as your usual cheerful self. Of course he is. But what else would we expect? If Wintermute wasn't his usual cheerful self, we'd be very, very alarmed indeed. So there's some stuff. There's some stuff. Has there been a frontier? What do you call it? An FU stream. Oh, sorry, Frontier Unlocked. That's what we call it. Oh, we're evil. Well, I'm not. I just repeat what other people say. Has there been a Frontier Unlocked stream? Have I missed it because I was having tea? Well, if there is, tell me about it in the chat. And well, by the time I get to the bottom of the chat, then we can talk about it. So who else we got? Top Shot. I've already mentioned Top Shot. Good for you. Good for you. Eridan Dundragon is here. He's done dragoning for the day, and he's with us on Friday. Not Friday. If only it was Friday evening, Wednesday evening. Which is good to see. The Harkonnens are here, very keen and ready to invade Arrakis as always, which is good to see. Yeah, they're invasion forces being mustered. What does mustard mean, actually? I know what mustard is. Stuff you put on your sandwiches, right? But mustard, as in not mustard, but mustard. If you can hear the difference between mustard and mustard. Anyway, invasion forces have been mustered. Not mustard as in mustard, but mustard as in mustard, if that makes sense. Ready to invade Arrakis anyway, so the invasion is imminent. The Rundown Titan has Rundown Titan is also here with us. Good to see you. NDP783 is here as well. That rhymes. Very important to point out. You may be able to hear, by the way, a dog barking in the background. It is entirely intentional. Is that my wife is doing some streaming this evening, and I'm doing some streaming this evening, and Dog is objecting. But Dog has, alas, got to learn lessons and is currently trying to be entertained by something, and is not particularly amused by the change of situations. The Triplex personalities is here as well. Good to see you. Sleepy D Wagon Man is here and hopefully awake. Good to see you. Ugly Spirit is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Enigma Ish is here as well. Mad Mugsoft is here, poised as ever on Wikipedia. We need his sage counsel. There's some sort of cooking theme going on. We've now got mustard and sage. So, ingredients being thrown in the mix. All we need is a bit of time. And somebody's going to sing a song in a moment, but there we go. Commander Silent Double D is here as well. Good to see you. Have a Boo Boo here. Who is customary with 4 thumbs up. One of these days, we must ask him why. We haven't yet. Perhaps we never will, but one of these days, you never know. Big 39 GT is here as well. Good to see you. The Solstice Project is here. Enthusiastically see you along. I had no idea that I could potentially charge money for really, really rubbish music. I mean, that's an entire new revenue stream that I haven't considered. Now that sounds to me like a very deep source of mining that I might be able to to avail myself of. Are there very sad, strange, lonely people out there who pay money to listen to extremely bad musical renditions of things? Because if so, I mean, I'm your man. Dear. Well, let's see how it goes. Commander Bird is here as well. The Kazakh is here as well. Good to see you. The Arakises are here. Excellent. Good evening to see you. Good evening to see you. Fending off the invasions of the Hardcoders as ever. And very successfully, it would seem. There hasn't been a successful invasion of Arrakis for, well, since ever, apparently. Commander Treasure Blue 21 is here as well. Good to see you. Max 8 Power is here. Good to see you here. Commander Ozzy J. Isaacs. The Gnorda Varg. Gonda. Good to see you as well. Jeno Garon is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Electro Ace is here as well. Felix Lestra is here. Good to see you. Commander Dave Tinman is also present and appropriate in the chat, which is good to see as well. Who else do we have? I'm scrolling down. There's lots of chatting going on. Right, so Mad Monks has already been on Wikipedia for us. Can the dog stream instead of you, Wagar? I possibly could arrange that. I don't know quite exactly what form that would take, but we'll wait and see. So Mad Monks anyway. So presumably this is about mustard or mustering, as opposed to mustard, which is not mustard. I wonder if you could muster. No, you can muster mustard. Surely that must be possible. The transitive meaning to collect, assemble, bring together in a group or body, especially for military service or inspection, is from early 15th century. The intransitive sense of ensemble, meet in one place of military forces from mid 15th century. Okay, so theoretically, if we're going to collect, if you're a collector of mustard, then of different types of mustard from around the world, you could muster your mustards. I'm very pleased about that. 15 Celsius. Sounds like so. Yeah, she's got this little yip, with which is endearing but slightly irritating after about half an hour. She will calm down. But yeah, so I suppose Wagar's amazing grace for the TIE Fighter engine would be that was I felt one of my top gaming moments. Somebody be that she has had her food. In Ember Cam. Yeah, I suppose I need to get a subsequent. I wonder if I can run. If I do that, even I need a small dog cam in the corner. That could be quite fun. Right, so the phrases "pass muster" and "cut the mustard" are often confused with "pass the mustard" and "pass muster." I think we've possibly exhausted the mustard theme, believe me. That's actually, and I haven't pressed, but and I Miss Smith is here in the chat just before he gets to the end, and as is Orkney Sean. Good to see you. Fantastic stuff. Right, so yeah, that was quite a good waffle already, and I haven't even pressed the waffle button. So let me without further ado, press the waffle button because it's tradition, right? Here we go and engage. As keen as mustard. Let's have a keen mustard. Candle mustard. What sort of? I think we do these specific. Now I'm not really a fan of. Is it English mustard or British mustard? I don't know. I think it's English mustard. The yellow stuff. It's a bit strong. I prefer French mustard, I must admit. What's the mustard with little seedy things in it? That's quite nice as well. I find English mustard a bit strong. Coleman's, yeah, that's not my favourite. Whole grain mustard, I prefer. Yes, mustard on waffles. That's not going to work, is it? Seedy mustard, a mustard cluster. French is better. German is good. English, no. Dijon, that's it. Yes, Dijon mustard. That's what you need. That's the good stuff. I think that's the sort of mustard I would muster. If I had occasion to muster the mustard. However it's spelled. Yes, indeed. So there. So anyway, so was moving on from the subject of mustard. Was there a frontier unlocked this evening? Was there or not? Dogger still hasn't calmed down. She will. There was there anything good in it? I ask. I, I missed the FU. I often do. Yeah. Coleman's is the best. No, it's too strong. Um, so I mean, obviously there was the Panther Clipper, but presumably so okay, there wasn't any Panther Clipper info. Um, um, so and we know Arf is leaving. So was he in farewell mode? Or is he? When's he leaving? Is it summer or is it soon? Yes. So I don't know which question there's an answer to. Not soon enough. That's a bit hard. It wasn't amazing. Well, I mean, I suppose a lot of the good news has been given, hasn't it? We did get info about the Vanguard, and which one's the Vanguard? Vanguard is the. See, I'm not really au fait on these new ships. Until I see them, I find it very hard to remember them. New bounded squadron. Oh, Squadron 2.0. Okay, new squadron carrier, squadron perks, and shared banks and shared ships. Okay. So he's gone. He's left. That's it. He's gone. He wasn't. Was he not even on the stream? Um. Oh, I see. So Vanguard's not a ship. Sorry. Vanguard's is a reworked squadron's framework. Ooh. I always get worried about frameworks. Um, in my experience, frameworks are here's the thing that isn't finished and probably never will be because it's just the outline of a thing. So if you say here's a framework for a house, it's like, well, that's not a great deal of use because it's not actually a house, is it? Okay, so it's called Vanguards, which has been called. It was about Vanguards, which is still being called Squadrons, even though the new update is called the Vanguards. Right. Okay, I'm officially confused now. Oh, Mr. Warpath is apparently raiding with a party of 43. Well, thank you very much. This is very early in the stream to get a raid. So, but I must admit, we didn't do a raid last week. It was very naughty of us. So we should definitely do one of those later on this evening. But thank you for the raid, Mr. Warpath. It's and for any viewers who have come along and are accompanying the raid. That's very nice indeed. Good to see you. We are about to embark on some Elite Dangerous, but I'm in the midst of just we're talking about mustard for reasons that are unlikely to become any more clear for a while. And then we've kind of got into Frontier Unlocked. So it's Xantia says I was disappointed that Vanguards doesn't involve protecting forward trans. Well, yeah, I suppose that's good. Mr. Warpath says 0707 Commander, and thank you ever so much for the raid. It's very much appreciated. And welcome to everyone else who came along for the raid as well. All the forward prefect, indeed. Now there's a literary connection like that. So Arf looked a bit annoyed off. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it now. I don't mind a bit of drama. I thought, yeah, I mean, if he's going to go, if it's his last show, as it were, surely they should give him a little bit of a little send off. He didn't look annoyed at all. Maybe he's relieved to be going. Yeah, I mean, if somebody's, I mean, what has he been 5 years? I mean, that's quite a long time for an elite official person. He signed off very professionally. Yeah, I think, but they should have just sort of acknowledged it anyway. Services to the Empire and stuff like that. So, well, there's different interpretations. Wintermute doesn't think he was annoyed at all. Other opinions are available. Ugly Spirit says he doesn't think the split was amicable. Oh, okay, that's John. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'll let you know what my opinion is. I'm quite interested in reading things like that, so that'd be good. But yeah, I mean, if someone's going, send them off. Yeah, say farewell and right on Commander and 07 and stuff, right? I mean, at least all those sort of things. Maybe just disappear off into the sunset on a planet on foot or something. I don't know. Oh well, okay. I mean, so that's his last Frontier Unlocked. So do we know who's hosting it going forward? Because that would be interesting. Was it? What's the name of the lady's name? I keep forgetting. Oh, it's Sam. Who's Sam? Sam from Next Time. Okay, I don't even know who Sam is. I'm gonna have to watch it. Sam Cox. No, I still don't know who that is. Are they new-ish? It's definitely not. It's not Samantha Fox. I mean, that would be wrong. It's Samantha Cox. No, it's just Sam Cox. No, I'm gonna have to definitely watch it. Okay, I will make a note to go and I'll spin through it at high speed. Oh, it is a girly. Is it? I haven't I had the call from Frontier? Surprisingly not. I think I Interesting though. So no. So Sam co-presented the previous FU, which I must admit I haven't watched either. I haven't been up to date with my FUs. I have to go and catch up with them. Bronto might not have the phone number for Scotland. Well, is there a phone number just for Scotland? Just gonna pick up the phone. Get me Scotland on the phone. Is there somebody? Is there somebody sitting there somewhere? I don't know where would they be in Edinburgh or something, just waiting for the call. Aye, it's Scotland. I know I can't do a Scottish accent yet. I would never even try. I'd get lynched around here if I tried to do a Scottish accent. Surely you all know each other. Us Scottish people. I must admit, the local community, I do know most of them now, because there aren't that many of them, to be fair. So, she's 15. I was going to say she can't be much older than me, Samantha Fox, but we've got Sam Cox. Okay, so I'll tune in. I mean, that might be a nice change of direction again. We've always had mostly. We actually, no, to be fair, we've had a few lady elite. What do they call them? Community liaison types. What's the official word? Community manager, CMs. That's it. I mean, it's a really ridiculous job title because there's no way you can manage a community. It's impossible by definition. You can maybe loosely cajole them into the vaguely suggest things into a certain direction, but that's about it. A community manager is a non-role, really. Doesn't make any sense. Sam appeared more comfortable this week than she did in her first one. Okay, I need to check out what she's like. So we'll maybe I'll even say hello. You know, introduce myself before somebody at the frontier says, "Don't talk to him." You fool! Don't get sucked in. No, don't trust him. He's a dangerous influence. Anyway, right. Anyway, it's time to get on because I've got actually, believe it or not, I've actually got a plan this evening. Well, yes, it's a sort of formative plan. I thought we haven't done a little bit of a hyperspace jump for a while, so I think we should go and do one of those this evening because it's nice to do things with the spaceships in game. This is a framework of a plan. That's what this is. It's a vague plan, but what I thought, I felt an overwhelming burst of nostalgia this afternoon for elites of the past, and I do want to do another lore tour before we do Distant Worlds 3. I think it's appropriate that we do a lore tour that runs up to Distant Worlds 3. So I'm putting together the outlines of a plan. To do another lore tour, which picks up all the stuff that we haven't covered before, probably references some of this stuff as well for players who weren't around the first time, and takes us into Distant Worlds 3. So I'm thinking autumn is a good time to start that. So I'm going to start doing some prep with a view to starting it sort of September-ish, maybe. And do the usual shenanigans things that we used to do all those years, because it's 5 years. Can you believe this? It's like 5 years since we did the lore tour, so it's about time we refresh that as well, I feel. So and a few people have asked me for it, and I think it's a nice thing to do. And there'll be other bits of Distant Worlds 3 content we can probably plug into as well. So a lore tour, I think, is coming, and we'll pick up a bunch of the new stuff that's happening in the game since. Because there's all sorts of different storylines and other bits of stuff coming, and it's going to take a little bit of work. So it's all good. So look forward to that. I will keep you posted, and I'll be some updates on Discord when I get my act together on that one. But this evening, I thought it would be nice. I just fancy doing this. I'd like to go and visit the locales from the original games once more, just to see what the hell's tickling on. And given that we can now look at things on foot as well, so I was going to fire up the original games to remind myself where they are and see if we can find those places in Elite Dangerous. So it's time, my friends, to strap on your exploration ships, I think, because jump range is going to be useful. So prep that in a minute, while we go and quickly have a look at GalNet and find out what else has been going on. So yes, I think we'll head in the direction of Lave first. After, we still got to do the grammar check. I mean, come on, this is rather fun. So we'll do that, and we'll go and head off to the Lave system first and check it out. and just sort of see what sort of stuff we can do. We need to have a little wander around some of the places in the actual lore, I feel. So let's do that. Anyway, right, it's time to do GalNet. So let's get on with it. Find out what exciting stuff has been happening in the worldwide universe of the Dangerous Highway. Ready? Brace yourself once again, my friends, because it's time for the GalNet grammar gazetteer thing. Yes, I've just realised there that was my ideal opportunity to say muster, and I didn't use it. So muster yourselves, my friends. Grab your mustard, muster at Lave Station. Right, what's been going on in the worldwide universe of Elite Dangerous? Let's go and have a look. So we looks like we've got two GalNets, two whole GalNets. Trading blocks complete in Alliance space. So this sounds like another CG to me. 22nd of May, is that, that happened just after last week's stream. So, trading blocks compete in Alliance space. 2 significant trading blocks, that's what it says in the title, have emerged in Alliance territory following the termination of the Strategic Defense Pact. That's the thing with the Sirius Corporation from last week. Last week, in fact, Sirius Corporation was ordered by the Alliance Assembly to reduce its involvement in Allied military infrastructure and logistics, because that's how capitalism works. Is it all okay? Yeah, sure. She'll have settled down by now. The move labelled fascinatingly short-sighted. Fascinatingly short-sighted. Okay, I'm not sure that's right. By Sirius Corp CEO Lee Yong-ru has triggered an economic rush from allied corporations to grab... sentence construction. Has triggered an economic rush from allied corporations to grab the lucrative contracts issued as a result. There needs to be some commas in there. That's a very bad sentence. 2 trading blocks have somewhat predictably formed. 2 trading blocks have somewhat predictably formed around the 2 leading voices in the Alliance Assembly. Edmund Mahon and Nakato Kane. Isn't Nakato Kane the one I pledged you briefly? I can't remember now. Okay, so there's a surprising lack of commas tonight. This marks the latest in a growing series of confrontations between the galaxy's major powers. In LP 855-34, a contested mining system, and now the commas are back. Felicia Winters initially secured control by the end of the first week of conflict. I like the way the conflicts run week by week. Always update on Thursdays. Right, everybody stop conflicting. It's Thursday. We need to settle a score. They've gone to Oxford, yeah. However, her success provoked an immediate response from Eurogrom supporters in the following week. Conflict zones erupted across the system as Grom's forces pushed back, ultimately overturning Winter's hold and plunging the region back into an unoccupied state. That doesn't really make sense, does it? Capitalists don't like communists. Very good. Oh, big tractory thing just went past the window. So hang on, how can it be plunging the region back into an unoccupied state when there's lots and lots of people there? That doesn't make any sense. Mahon supporters. Hang on, why is Mahon suddenly here? So, right, so, okay, so we've been talking about 2 trading blocks in Alliance territory, right? So one of them is, oh, there we go. Edmund Mahon and Nakato Kane. Those are the 2 trading blocks, right? Mahon's, okay, so that's basically Felicia Winters and Eurogrom are having an argument this last week. Mahon and Nakato Kane are having an argument this week. It's called Mahon, not Mahon. Is it Mahon? Okay. Mahon supporters aim to reinforce the Prime Minister's position as leader of the Alliance via high levels of trade. A spokesperson said that Mahon will prevent the economic disaster which Kane's Assembly's motion has threatened. Meanwhile, alternative viewpoints are available. Kane supporters claim that the Sirius Pact was paper covering the cracks. Paper covering the cracks of Mahon's economic weakness, pointed to as evidence of Mahon's over-reliance on mega-corporate support to get things done. Kane herself has always advocated for a political shift towards favouring businesses founded in Alliance member systems. That's a very long-winded way of saying it. Everyone have a fight. Somebody nicked my tractor. No, hopefully not. I'll go and check it in a bit. Both trade blocs have asked for shipments of semiconductors, ceramic composites, and synthetic fabrics. Okay, so it's a trade CG. Okay, off you go, my friends. Okay, that was that one. What else has happened? I don't know how paper covers economic. I mean, you can paper over cracks metaphorically, but I don't think you can actually paper over real. Well, you can paper over real cracks, but I don't think you can paper over economic cracks. That feels like a mixed metaphor too far to me. So there are rising tensions between galactic powers. Observers across the core systems are reporting an increase in antagonistic activity between power supporters, with skirmishes flaring in multiple regions. In the aftermath of the Thargoid War, political attention has turned inward as human factions seek to reassert dominance across the bubble. So basically, while the cat is away, the mouse will play. Mad Monksoft has got the perfect Red Dwarf quote. After intensive investigation, of the markings on the pod, it has become clear, to me, that we are dealing, with a species of awesome intellect, I hope they can help with your grammar. Recent clashes, including the conflict between Vice President Jerome Archer and Admiral Denton Patrius, everyone's having a fight right now, aren't they? Followed by competing mining operations in the aforementioned system between Flesia Winters and Eurogrom, have prompted concern from analysts monitoring political dynamics. A source within the Pilots Federation stated, what we're seeing is a shift in posture. Powers that once acted defensively to protect influence are now aggressively expanding, testing the limits of rival claims. Military analysts believe that while current flashpoints remain contained to power struggles between individual leaders, the pattern suggests a possible escalation that could strain broader superpower relations. Oh, excellent. Finally, there's going to be a fight between the Federation and the Empire. Yay! With a trade war erupting in the past week between prominent alliance figures, Prime Minister Edmund Mahon and Councillor Nakata Kane, political commentators warn that these confrontations may no longer be isolated events but early signs of a new era of competition. Are they going to start putting sanctions on things, and maybe the old tariff, perhaps? Commanders are advised to monitor regional developments closely, as opportunities and incentives to support powers in their offensive activities are likely to increase in the coming weeks. Oh, more CGs are coming. So yeah, okay. Well, there's no story going on. It's just more conflicts, but it's politically motivated. Everybody's having a bargee with everybody else. The important bit is that there are pre-engineered power distributors for anyone who takes part. Everybody likes pre-engineered modules, so you can get some stuff as well, and that's always good. Good with powers, isn't it? CGs and stuff. Right, anyway. It's time, my friends. Let's get ourselves over to Lave. Here we go. Right, I believe I am here. On foot in my... Oh, look, it's daylight. Ooh, that actually looks quite nice. This is the base we built a couple of weeks ago now, isn't it? It actually looks rather good because we built it in the midst of a crater. I'd forgotten that. Like a sort of crater base, wasn't it? And there was our geodesic domes and everything. Oh, I quite like that. Anyway. And as per usual, the bar is empty, and you can't get a drink anyway. So, right, to your ships. Now, it feels right to me that I should still be flying my Cobra Mark III, which I believe I am. So let us assemble in whatever ships that we've got. It's the Robert Holstock. Excellent. And we're going to head over to Lave. Just have a mosey on around. Let us assemble. Right, I'm leaving the Winter Garden. Bored. Right, so. Oh, I've got a. Ooh, what's this squadron stuff happened here? It's all gone green. What's all that about? PD Jazz Hands, Ned Slark, Falcon Screech, Duval on the. I don't even recognise those names. PD Jazz Hands, I do. Oh yeah, so I did pledge to Nakata K, didn't I? Looks like I've earned a bit of money. That's nice. Thank you very much. I'm getting monies. We like that. Not very much monies, but a little bit of monies. Did not know you were in squadron. Well, I wasn't aware that I was in the squadron either. But apparently I am. Forgot about it. Let's find out what am I in? Has this been updated? Oh, I'm in the Dark Wheel. This squadron has always been to uncover the truth of Raxler, the single golden mind. Let's go into 3307. Shows how long this has been running. With a renewed push. See if we can find it. Is it okay? The home system is Shinatra Desra. That's faction status. Oh, okay. Well, apparently I'm part of the Dark Wheel. There we go. Right, well, I've had a team invitation. Ah, oh, makes this user interface so difficult to use. Rexler redacted. On we go. Right, so I need to set a course for Lave. Which is the old world, of course, down there. Oh, look, everything's gone. How many jumps is that? 5 jumps in the old Cobra, that's alright, isn't it? Who has secretly accepted? Look, doggy walkies time. Yeah, I took the dog for a walk just before the stream, actually, so I'm going to probably have to do another one. Let's have a quick fly around my rather natty base that you guys built for me.
Vessel is free. You may climb to escape altitude.
Well, I would do that if my vertical thrusters were thrusting, which they aren't. It appears to have a USB malfunction on part of my ship, which is interesting. That's in my the hands-on throttle and stick, the hands-on throttle aspect of my ship is not working. What can I do about that? Hang on a minute. I'm in trouble now. Do I need to reset something? Let me go into my control panel and type USB. Set up USB game controllers. It says it's okay. It's not responding. That's a bit weird. I wonder if I just have to. Nothing's working. And somebody give my. It says it's okay. I'm going to have to hang on a minute, guys. I'm going to have to climb under the desk. I feel I can't lower the gear because that button is on the joystick. Update your drivers. Press Alt F4. And I think I can fix this. I'm going to climb onto the desk in a minute and find the USB cord related to it, pull it out and stick it back in again. That I think will fix it. Basically, I'm going to jump start my GoPro. Bear with me, my friend. He's back. So it's the internal illumination on. Have we got control? We got that. Yes! It's working. Jump start worked. That was the elite equivalent of hot wire in the ignition. Right. Yay! All systems operational, Captain. See, look, I could be Mr. Scott. Right, so there's our rather natty base. So I was interested in seeing where's the actual pilot's viewy thing that we look out of. Is it in the front? Is it in the top of this? No, it must be further back. Where's the bit you look out of? It's not in there, is it? Is it in the big tool? Is it in the big tool building? They're still not happy. Or was that it over? No, that must be over there. Oh, I can see some lights. That must be it. There we go. That is the. That's it there, isn't it? There we go. Look, I found it. Keep clear, it says. No chance. Oh, look, I can actually look inside. There's peoples and everything. No, that. Oh look, that's a real moment. Right, yeah. Anyway, there we go. So we're looking into the thing. Right. Anyway, let's get ourselves off to Lave. Right. Leave our amazing base behind us. There we go. So yeah, you can actually look in. It's quite nice. You can actually look inside the. Yeah, the attention to the other is actually quite good. I do like things like that.
You have now left the port perimeter. Goodbye,
Indeed.
Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
Frameshift drive is charging.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So anyone that cares to follow us, it's the Drew Wagar private group in-game. And we will travel across to the Lave system. I haven't got a SCO drive on this. I'm going to miss my SCO drive. Oh. This was quite a nice little moon, this, wasn't it? I'm coming around the corner of the planet, or the limb of the planet, shall I say. Let's do the astronomy right, for goodness sake. I'm coming around the limb of the planet, and there's the gas giant that we are orbiting rather nicely. Momently, hyperspace will be enabled.
Frameshift drive charging.
I need the new Cobra 5. It's even got a door control. Does it have wind-up windows though? Because yeah,
Engage.
if it's not a classic Mark III Cobra, I mean,
4,
see, I don't like modern spaceships. Yeah, it's all touch screens and full displays. Can't beat a classic old school ship. This would be quite. This is my original Cobra from the Kickstarter. So that means that this spaceship is actually 10 years old, even though it's a digital spaceship. This baby's crashed more times than the ZX-81.
Frameshift drive charging.
First time chat from Lycanthropius. Greetings and 07. Greetings and 07 to you as well. Thank you very much for popping in. We are popping across to the Lave system, which is actually the original heart of it itself.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, nothing better than the horse and car. I can't stand those fancy vehicles. Should be called Trigger's Broom, the old Cobra. Ah, this one's been around a bit. Now I took this one. This one has. It's not my longest exploration vehicle because its jump range isn't great, but well, it's good for the standards of the day 10 years ago. But it's
Fuel scooping.
it's not the fastest. I think that's about 40 light years, which isn't too bad. It's got these
Fuel
going.
suit disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So yes, it's seen a few things. It has been to Sagae, and I think I took it to.
4,
I think I took this one to Colonia and back. I think that's the furthest this one's been. Yeah, but it jumped onto the Cobra Mark V quite quickly. So I mean, the Cobra. Well, I suppose the Cobra Mark 1 was old in the time of the original Elite. Cobra Mark 2, of course, never existed. Tantalisingly referenced in the original Elite manual as having a design fault in the hull for reasons that were never explained. So there aren't any Cobra Mark 2s. Cobra Mark 3, of course, is the master class of design that you see in front of you. The definitive Elite dangerous ship, really, the Cobra Mark 3, I feel. It's only a definitive Elite ship.
fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
What do we think is the definitive Elite Dangerous ship that kind of really shows up Elite Dangerous? I mean, the Cobra Mark III still shows up in quite a lot of the literature, doesn't it? You know, the online stuff. Not sure what the definitive ship, maybe an aspect is. It's more Elite Dangerous. It's a bit like the Austin Allegro then. Definitive British sports car though. Cobra Mark V maybe. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the Cobra Mark V much yet. Should have to try one at some point when it becomes available to buy for us. Mere mortals.
Fuel scoping.
Oh. There are a few mozzies flying in, or not mozzies, gnats. I think I might be some midges invading my spaceship. There's the planet Lave. Here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
The Cobra Mark V is very nice. Wasn't the Austin Allegro the one with a square steering wheel? Is that right? Maybe they put a waggy tail there.
4, 3, 2.
That was a ship, wasn't it? What was that called? That was the Turner class, wasn't it, with the waggedy tail? That was a thing of beauty. That was a classic. Just because you can do a thing doesn't mean that you have to do a thing. Right, here we are in the Lave system. Right, so the planet Lave. Right, so first Thargoid contact. See, look, there's little bits of lore and stuff going on here. The planet Lave. There we go. So this, obviously in the lore, Lave is where the game started. This is where you were. I can show you that actually, probably. I wonder if I can get the original BBC version to fire up on my screen simultaneously. I might be able to do that. Just because I'm just getting a bit of nostalgia for times past. Because I kept my Cobra Mark III from beta with Kickstarter Advanced Start option. Only a few modules left on that original one, stamped with loaned. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is my equivalent ship. This is the one I got at the Advanced Kickstarter as well. So this is the planet Lave coming up. Leave it in combat mode, otherwise you don't get the beauty of the planet itself, do you? Right, where's the actual space station? There it is. Space station's off there to the left. So Lave is interesting actually, that Lave is not as it's described in the original lore, which is a bit of a shame. They obviously didn't read the original lore when they decided it was non-canon. Which is a bit of a shame because there's no particular reason not to in this particular case. But as you can see, Lave is an Earth-like world, which it wasn't in the original lore. It was something else. I'll go and find it in a minute. Right, so here we go. Lave station. Oh. So this Coriolis station here is the oldest human Coriolis station in the entire Elite Dangerous universe. This is the first station that was ever built. Presumably, it's been repaired a few times over the years, but it does hold the honour of being the original Coriolis space station. So there we go. Right, let me just find what I'm talking about, which is very ambitious of me, but let's go to the Dark Wheel. I'm sure Ian Bell still has it on his website because he never ever updates his website. I'm just looking up. Oh, hang on a minute. That's interesting. Shock horror. I'm going to have to show you some. Goodness me, what? Look! Ian Bell's Elite website has died. It doesn't exist anymore. When did that happen? No. No. Is it temporarily offline or is it just dead? I hope somebody kept a copy of it. I'll have to go back to the Wayback Machine. Oh no. Can I look it up? Is it down? What happened? It's one of those websites I only visit like once a year anyway, but is it dead? No, it's dead. Oh no. Well, I mean, oh, well, that's yeah, that's a piece of history. It's just this a bit. Oh, that one's still okay, is it? I was in. Okay, it's still there. Okay, so it's just the URL is gone. Okay, well that's good. Right, good. Okay, well that's good. Phew. Well done. All right, so here is the dark wheel. There we go. Right. This describes in chapter 1. This describes Lave. There we go. Here it is. Here it is. The planet Lave. Below rotated in blue-green splendor. Okay, well that's all right. There were storms moving across the Blue-Brawn Sea. 6 great whirls of pink and white cloud. Okay. There's no pink and white cloud. Well, there's a spaceship in the way at the moment. Let me just shuffle up. No pink and white cloud. Disappointment. They were approaching the continental mass that was first fallen, promising a bleak and wet few days to the swaves of forest and deep sneaking valleys that cut through the rugged land. The cities of both humankind and Lavian glittered among the verdant blanket below, bright chanted us. Well, of course, the Lavians, whoever they were, have been consigned to the history bins. They do not exist, but that's how we are introduced to Lave. They're supposed to have pink fluffy clouds, but there we go. No pink fluffy clouds are in evidence, despite the dark wheel being saying that they are. So a bit of a shame there, but other than that, kind of all good. Right, what I should be able to do is, let me just see if I can find this now. Elite. Let's see if I can get this working. Games Elite on the BBC. Oh, let's do it in the browser. I'm going to do it on the Spectrum version. Because I know the Spectrum version. I should really do the BBC Elite version, but I can't be asked. Because I know the Spectrum version better. I know what the keys are and stuff. So, where is it? Where's Elite? Can't even find it now. There it is. There it is. Right. Okay. So here we go. This is classic stuff. Right. So not to camera. That's me. That one. There we go. Right. I have a. See, there's a Cobra Mark III. Weren't the Lavians yellow furry films? We'll find out actually. I think they might be different in the Spectrum version to the Elite, to the original version. So let's load the commander. No, we haven't got one. That, by the way, is a Python Mark I. For those of you who don't recognise it, you can tell it's a Python because it's pointy and annoying looking and angry and stuff. It's actually, thinking about it, does sort of vaguely resemble the same shape as a Python. But anyway, so this is of course from the realm of everything being made of lines. What my sons used to call the line game. Right, so I should be able to ask for information on the Lave system. There we go. Okay, well, according to this one, Lave was populated by human colonials, 2.5 billion of them. Lave is most famous for the vast rainforest and the Lavian tree warthog. Now, this is where the procedural generation between the different versions of Elite doesn't work, because of course it's actually supposed to be tree grubs in the BBC version, but for some reason they're not tree grubs in the Spectrum version. So I don't know what's going on. What the Lavian tree warthog is, but that's what this version of the game has decided to create. The wonders of procedural generation. So yeah, it varies between the different versions of Elite. It is supposed to. Yeah, I think we really need to go with the BBC version because that's the one that did have the Lavian tree grub. But anyway, let's launch the ship. Amazing sound effects. Now the key thing here is can I get the game to look like roughly? So I've got the ship pointing in front of me and the space station rotating to the side. Let's see if I can. What are the Spectrum keys? Now I've just put it in pause mode. There we go. I want to do that. Right, let's turn the ship around. And there is the space station in all its glory. Now we're sort of in Elite. We're sort of parked over there, aren't we? And let's go over there. Let's slow down again and turn around. There we go. Right, where's the planet? Not the planet in view at all. Now I should be able to work this out. Okay, so the planet should be down there. There it is. Okay, so to get this right, I need to sort of move over there a bit. There we go. And stop. Okay, so that's kind of the same view. Maybe. Okay, so there's the space station. I think we're getting to cut that corner of the problem with the original versions of it is you can't switch the engines off, so you're always drifting slightly. So there's the space station. It's odd enough, it's spinning around at a very, very high rate of knots in the original game, isn't it? Much faster than the Elite Dangerous one. But that's what Lave Station looked like in the original Elite. It's enough the planet looks an awfully lot bigger, so maybe the space station was in a much closer orbit back in the day. Who's to say? Just while I'm here, can I still dock? It's very important to try, isn't it? Now I'm off center. Let's see if I can land this thing. Have I got the old school skills still? Here we go. I'm going to try and dock at Lave Station, and then we'll actually dock at Lave Station. I think this is going to go very well at all. Oh, we did it! Well, the 80s skills are still there, my friends. Right, anyway, that's basically Lave in the original game, so that's enough of that. And this is Lave, of course, in this game. So it's a little bit more civilized now. We have to request docking clearance and stuffs. So let's do that.
Request approved. Clear for landing on docking bay 1.
Look how much slower the space station revolves. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, I think the BBC version was hard. I think the Spectrum didn't do as much checking of things, if that makes sense. When you came into dock, you had to just pretty much just be pointing straight and you were okay. Of course, now we've got 6 degrees of freedom, which is a thing to be enjoyed. The engine sounds like something sort of spinning up, doesn't it? I don't know why that would be on a spaceship, but maybe some sort of gyro system. That's the other thing that's happened, of course, in the universe of Elite, is that there are adverts everywhere now. It's very 21st century, isn't it? Like every possible space is for stupid adverts. You didn't see that back in the 80s. This is what Lave Station looks like. This is actually a sort of It's an agricultural sort of space, isn't it? Which landing pad I think for 13. It's very 34th century, it is, isn't it? Somebody is blocking my pad, the cheeky. Hang on there. A dolphin is blocking my pad. Who's that? That's an NPC as well. What's he doing on my pad? Why isn't he getting hold on. So shouldn't there be some pad loitering warnings going on here? What's going to happen if I try and go in there? Boing boing. Why isn't he being told off? I'm gonna sneak in. See if I can land on the side of the pad. He's asking for a death pedal. What's he doing? Can I just give him a quick nudge? Yeah, the NPCs are trolling. I'm just gonna give him a nudge, right? Do you mind? You're on my pad, mate. You can't park there. There we go. I've knocked him off. Oh!
Caution. Maintain safe separation.
Well, I would. He's on my pad. That's fine. This is not. Stuck. All power into shields. Can I go on my pad, mate? I can't get on my pad. I was going to say, why isn't he being killed by the station? He should be. But he's clean. I can't shoot him. I can't land. I'm almost on the ground. Get off! Why would he just go? I cannot land. Okay, so
Restrict speed to 100 meters per second.
Landing gear retracted.
Maybe let's not go to Lave Station. 'Tis a silly place.
Docking request cancelled.
Right, can I have a sensible pad this time, please?
Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 1-2.
I can get to pad 12. Is he still there? Where is pad? Where is...
Landing gear deployed.
Has he got... Can't see him anymore. I can't see pad. Anyway. Pad 12 is free. Are we looking for Exler? Only indirectly. I don't think we're going to find it this evening somehow. There we go, right, we're down. Jump the queue, yeah.
Docking restraints engaged.
Right. I'm going to. Because this is. I mean, I know the inside of Lave Station is just like the inside of any other station, but it's slightly special in the sense that this is the original space station. It's a shame there's nothing in it that sort of says that. But that sort of customization seems to be something that FDev either can't do with their models or just can't be bothered to do. Be nice if there was a little plaque saying this is the original station. I kind of like the graffiti though, isn't it? Edmund Mahon's to go up there. And there's still weird magnetic debris made of cardboard apparently. Well, there is Lave. Well, there is the orange sidewinder. Does that still exist? We should go and check out if the orange sidewinder is still there. Because somewhere there's an orange sidewinder system which is set to elite skills, so it's Yeah, I think it's indestructible actually. I'm not sure. It might not be. Commander. Yeah. So this is the interior of the original space station. Of course, it looks exactly like all the other space stations around here, but it is Lave Station, so we can say we've been there. It's quite nice to actually say, well, this is where we were hanging out all those years ago in the 80s, or shall I say the 34th century.
Have you ever done any courier work?
The orange sidewinder is a separate station object. Okay, so we should definitely pop over there and have a look. Is the orange sidewinder itself there? I quite like these portally things, although they don't obviously do anything, but they're quite nicely done. She's
Excuse me.
okay. NPCs are funny. I was just standing there. She walks up to me, walks back and forward a couple of times, says, "Excuse me," and wanders off.
Have you ever done any courier work? Interested in getting started?
Anyway, oh, there she is. She's still wandering around. Why do I stand in front of her again? Can I get in the way? Yeah. Come straight towards me. Make it say something. Very, very annoyed now.
Could you move over a moment? Do you mind?
Not really. Ah dear. Right. Anyway, so that's Lave Station. Let's pop across to the Orange Sidewinder. Now, the Orange Sidewinder, of course, is named after Lave Radio Broadcast. I believe they're still broadcasting. Isn't that harassment of NPCs? I suppose it probably is. As far as I know, Lave Radio is still broadcasting. Now, Lave Radio came into existence at well, the original crew of Lave Radio. They are still broadcasting. Excellent. Good to hear that. Naughty Night Wash. Naughty Night Wash. Sorry, Naughty Body Wash. They're on last night. Okay, excellent. I'm glad they're still going. I don't know. Are any of the original crew still broadcasting? Which was Fozzer. Oh, I can't remember now. There were 4 of them. I can remember Fozzer. That's as far as I can remember. It's too long ago. So they're all not. Okay, so Lave Radio. So Lave Radio, the I can't remember what their tagline was. Something like broadcasting from an orange sidewinder. I remember that. So
Ship detach complete. Departure authorized.
obviously it's that the same guy? It's the same guy again. He's got it. Who is this guy? Who is this NPC? He is clearly drunk. Look at him flying. What's he doing? Drunk in charge of a spaceship. I think I should teach him a lesson. He's definitely away with the fairies, this guy. What's he doing? It's a space loon. Orange Sidewinder is in the nav panel. Okay, let's go and visit the Orange Sidewinder. Yeah, it is that, the Orange Sidewinder. Right, a faction installation structure of vital importance. Here we go. Let's go and visit the Orange Sidewinder. I haven't been here since for a while. Okay, so it's on the other side of the planet for reasons. Also turns up occasionally, so does Alan Stroud. Ah, okay, cool. So there were 2 others, and their names escape me now.
Frameshift drive charging.
So
Speed restrictions are now lifted.
yeah,
Flight
I
control
think that
device.
NPC was definitely on that. So anyway, so the story of the Orange Sidewinder Lave Radio. Now there was, when Elite was being made, Fozzer and crew set up it wasn't really a convention because it wasn't big enough at the time, but it was basically for anybody who was interested in Elite Dangerous and stuff that was going on around Elite Dangerous at the time. They set up a convention. I think it was down in Cardiff or something. from what I recall. That sort of way, anyway. And so it was like a convention before convention. So it wasn't LaveCon. So I don't think it was LaveCon. It was sort of pre-LaveCon, if that makes sense. So there was no game, but they did invite Frontier to come along, which they did, in the form of Michael Brooks, and by that point the writers' stuff, the Kickstarter I think had finished, so the writers and all that sort of stuff was kind of happening, and we had this mini convention, and so I turned up. I didn't know anybody else at all. I just turned up to sort of see what was going on. That was the first time I ever met Michael Brooks. And I, to my shame, I heckled him from the back of the room. Because I was young and evil then, and now I'm just old and evil. Colin Ford, that's right, Colin Ford was the other one. There was one more. Okay, so we've got Fozzer, Alan, Colin. There's one other one who was the original thing. Okay, so this is actually installation, but this isn't the orange Sidewinder. So this is new. I haven't seen this one before. Can you actually dock with this? I don't know. But anyway, so there was this mini convention, and I was I think I actually ended up on stage talking about the books and something, and then and heckling Michael Brooks from the back, well, alongside Kate Russell actually, who I also met for the first time, and various other folks of the law. So there were quite a few kind of relatively well-known commanders who've gone on to do other things. So, and that, I think, effectively they recorded that convention panel thing, and that became the first ever episode of what became Lave Radio. I think I'm relating that correctly. And then because they were, I think, effectively the first sort of podcast / radio channel about Elite Dangerous, then they kind of got immortalised in the game with this outpost. Now, originally, I don't think there was an outpost here. There was actually an orange Sidewinder. So I think there's supposed to be somewhere in the system. There's supposed to be an actual orange Sidewinder. Maybe they've moved it now and replaced it with this installation, because there used to be an orange Sidewinder, an actual Sidewinder, right, a little small orange ship, which was elite status. And I think it was also set to be indestructible, because basically you could attack it. Which is where effectively the broadcast was supposedly coming from in Elite Dangerous, who knows. And you could attack it, but it was very good at fighting because it was elite status, and B, it was indestructible, so eventually it would just wear you down and you'd have to run away. But it looks like they've replaced it, unless somebody knows otherwise. This is effectively where Lave Radio transmits from. So they've had a bit of an upgrade, because it was literally an orange Sidewinder. So is there something to scan? So it says Lave Radio Network, the orange Sidewinder, so it looks like they've had an upgrade. What do I scan? Oh, it was replaced years ago. Okay, so that's why. But can you actually dock with this thing? Oh, there's a satellite. There you go. Scan the orange Sidewinder. There we go. What does it tell us?
Incoming message.
Ooh, there we go. Okay. Where's the message? Oh, it's just a data link scanner. No, that's no use. Oh, I see the satellite's a bit further off. Okay, hang on a minute. Ethnification says greetings. Okay, so here's the satellite there. Let's go look. Scanner on board, of course.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Short-circuited my ship. This ship hasn't been out for quite a while, as you can see. Data link scanner.
Scan detected.
Which scanner do I need? Which scanner is it? Surface scanner? No, it should be a data link scanner, shouldn't it? It's not working. Which scan do I need? That should work. Why is that not working? I don't know why that's not working. Target the beacon and use the data. Yeah. Science. Where's the beacon itself? Oh, the actual beacon. Okay. Where is the beacon? I can't even see that. Where's the beacon itself? Oh, it's just an FSD. Wait, is it behind me? I'm confused. Now there are satellites. So there's a satellite, but that's apparently not it. What's not working here? It gets me in range of the data link scanner, but nothing engages. Maybe I already scanned it, but there's no message come up. Maybe I scanned it before. We'd better scan it again. That's a bit annoying. Anyway, so that hopefully that will tell you something about Lave Radio, but it's not working. Oh, came all that way. Anyway, so that is where Lave Radio broadcasts from. I think you got the specialised links. Is that all you get? You don't get a message. Okay, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I must have already scanned it. Okay, so you can only scan it once. It doesn't give you a thing. So anyways, that's ostensibly where Lave Radio broadcasts. We're not in the mode, but you leave a message after the. So that's that. So that's Lave Radio and Lave. So placed in, they're immortalised in game, which I think is only fitting because I think pretty sure that is the original Elite Dangerous podcast. They're the first one. There were a few others. I don't think many of them are left. So Lave Radio has the auspicious title of being the longest and still broadcasting player-generated podcast stroke radio station in the game. So I think that's worth celebrating. Right, now we need to go somewhere else. So let's just investigate where we need to go now. I've got to get this on the screen as well. So in the second Elite game, which is here. Alright, so hang on a minute. So, how am I going to get that to work? That's going to be tricky. They can be found in the Lave Station bar when the show is recorded on Tuesdays. Oh, that's quite cool. So they hang around in the actual bar at Lave Station. That's quite nice. That's quite cool. Right, we now need to go to a totally different system. So Frontier Elite 2. So the original Elite was 1984, and the sequel, Frontier Elite 2, was 1991 or 93, I think. So a long time ago, and that started off in somewhere completely different. You did actually have the option of starting in the Lave system, but you actually started in the Ross. Generally, if you did it the normal starting method, you did it in the Ross 154 system, if memory serves. So let's go and have a look over there. It shouldn't be too far away. There it is. Now, is that the right system? Barnard Star. That sounds about right. It's only looks like a couple of jumps. No, 4 jumps. Okay, so let's head to the Ross 154 system, and let's go and visit the original Frontier Elite 2 starting location.
Cannot comply.
All right then. So fussy.
Cannot comply.
Still fussy.
Frameshift drive charging.
Welcome to the new followers there. Do appreciate the follows. Thank you very much indeed. We are just doing a slightly nostalgic. Andy P is quite correct there. So you can start at Mars, Ross 154 or the Lave system. So we're now on our way to Ross 154. I'm going to have to get a little bit of a shifty on that actually. If we're going to do a hyperspace jump at the end. I have to get the move on. It's almost as if I'm not. It's almost as if I'm not taking this, not doing this efficiently and getting sidetracked and waffling about stuff on between, which obviously patently isn't the truth. But hey, there we go.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
That's what Elite is. Indeed is. Oh, was it? Hang on. Yeah, hang on. Was it? Was 1, 2? 1, 2. I'm getting confused. Is it 154 or 128? Ah. We'll soon find out when we get there, because we can look up the planets. Yeah, you might be right. No, Frontier Start was 115. I'm getting confused. Oh. I'm going to have to go refresh my memory for these little tours, because clearly the grey matter has been affected by COVID in the meantime.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
What's 154 is? I was going to say it's be getting things like that wrong.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then Frontier First Encounters. Where was the start system in that one? This is the fish one, isn't it? 154 Ross 154. Well, at least it was back then. The fish mining place. I don't know if you're going to be. It was Merlin. The Merlin of the moon, wasn't it? So we're going to have to look up Frontier First Encounters. Ross 128 was a penalty planet. You needed a permit for that. That's right. Yes, there was a mission to go get that permit.
Fuel scooping.
Here's Ross 154.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes, because from here you used to do the run to Barnard Star, didn't you? Which wasn't very far from Sol. And you used to do Sol to Barnard Star and back to get some cash at the end of the game. Most of that day as well.
3, 2, 1.
To be fair, at least Frontier Elite 2 is actually a good game. It does actually work, unlike the sequel, Frontier First Encounters, which was so bad we actually had to cheat to play it. Frontier First Encounters, of course, does have the the accolade, I think, isn't it? There's no better way of saying it. The accolade of having the least impressive explosion in a space game ever. For those of you who don't know what that's about, you'll have to go and have a look on the clips of my Twitch channel. We did do a playthrough of that game some years ago, and experienced said momentous occasion when we had to destroy. I think it was a space satellite of some kind of. We had to destroy with a nuclear missile, and the satellite was very, very large, and the explosion was very, very small. It was like we put a pin in an inflatable satellite. It was most concerning. Right, so let's fly in here. Let's go have a look at the system map, because we should have a gas giant here, Asta. Now, something bad has happened to Asta in the intervening years, because in Frontier, and this is where I always find the attention to detail a bit annoying in Elite Dangerous, because unless something catastrophic has happened, which of course is possible. I mean, anything's possible, right? But in Frontier Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters, Asta, the gas giant in the system, was a ringed gas giant. Okay? So in the year 3200, and actually look how close it is to the star. It's like a hot Jupiter. Why is it going too fast? In Frontier Elite 2, which was set in 3200, Asta was a ringed gas giant, and in 3250, which is where Frontier First Encounters was done, Asta was also a ringed gas giant. So something catastrophic has happened. Now I can only assume it's something like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has occurred here. There's some sort of what was the the thing about the invisibility thing that it was very, very, very difficult. Very difficult to do. So 99% of the time, rather than invent an invisibility system, it's easy just to do away with whatever the thing was. And I think I'm right in quoting. I'm not quite sure. Somebody will know the original quote. There's somebody else's problem field. Maybe the rings of Asta have been cloaked in somebody else's problem field. And this is there's somebody else's problem field. Basically, it's very efficient. It operates on 2 penlight batteries for an awfully long time, and it operates on the principle that people don't see what they don't want to see. So Asta seems to have either the Vogons have been in here and tidied up, so we built a hyperspace bypass and removed the rings, or maybe there should be a suspicious-looking extra moon in orbit around there. But for whatever reason, Asta has lost its rings in the last 60 years of Elite Dangerous timeline. So it's little things like that I wish that somebody at Frontier would just pay a little bit more attention to. It's like, just go back through some of the iconic locales of the original game and make sure they work. I mean, I'm still waiting with bated breath. Obviously, I'm still waiting for the graveyard that shall not be named. I'm going to put that on the intro now that the Panther Clipper has now become a thing. Do you think there's still hope? Is there still hope for the Tierney's orbital graveyard, or am I still prodding a decaying corpse of a dead donkey? I don't know. The Panther Clipper was one of those legendary things that we could that we would never get again, and now it's coming. But maybe the Tierney's orbit graveyard will turn up one day. They can't even get grammar right, so there we go. Now, this gas giant, of course, because of Frontier Elite 2's amazing Newtonian dynamics and spaceflight model, is probably the most gravitationally flown by, gravitational flyby accelerative effect planet in the entire Elite Dangerous universe. There's more people have tried to do slingshots around this gas giant than any other gas giant in the entire Elite Dangerous universe. So it still retains that fame, at least. But anyway, let's go and find the right moon. Now, I think interesting enough here, something else has happened here, because there's Merlin and there was Dustball, but these systems here are these are new. They didn't exist back in the day. So Unfortunately, we can't land on Merlin anymore because Merlin is a moon with an atmosphere, and for reasons that are best known to Frontier, whilst we could land on it in Frontier Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters, we can no longer land on it in Elite Dangerous because space reasons. But we can at least go and have a look at it. The Merlin is a habitable moon of Asta. Once they figure out how to get arcs on the graveyard, oh, you cynics, you cynics! Maybe a gas giant that close to the sun wouldn't have rings in the stellar force. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, maybe because it is quite close to the sun. And Merlin is in quite a close orbit to. I'm not sure how realistic that is either, because having an Earth-like moon that close to. I mean, it's only about 1 light second away from Asta. It feels like it should be quite close to a Roche limit to be. Oh, Merlin ages backwards. That's right. So, alas, Asta's rings have been consigned to the history books for reasons that aren't entirely clear. And the reasons that we can't land on Merlin are, I don't think, are law related at the moment. For some reason, there's been a atmospheric failure in all the spaceships in the Elite Dangerous universe in the last 50 years. I don't think we can. I think we can write that one off in the law as yet. We're going to have to wait for the capability of Elite Dangerous to catch up with the possibilities. So this is the start position in the original game. And unfortunately, I don't think any of the bases, because it's not a landable world, there won't be any bases to land on. So, although there is a space station here, so we could possibly go to that. So let's do that. Oh no, it's a fleet carrier. Well, there's a Birkeland City. Is that in orbit around Merlin, or is it in orbit around Asta? I think it's in orbit around Asta, isn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. So we can't really get all that close to Merlin with that. I suppose we could go to a. The Red Zeppelin. Let's go to the Red Zeppelin just because it's quite close by. So Asta looks like a rather nice little moon, doesn't it? Fish pie. So yeah, so in the original Frontier Elite 2, you were an employee of a fish factory, weren't you? When suddenly your grandfather died and gave you a spaceship. How cool would that be? And you lived a very impecunious life. That said, that is indeed a Red Zeppelin. That's quite a witty title, actually. The Red Zeppelin, I like that. You can land on Dust Bowl. Okay, so maybe we'll give that a quick try. Let's just fly. I don't need to land here, but let's just fly around and see if we get a nice view of Merlin. I'm sorry, Drew. But you can't do that. No, it can't. Not yet. I wonder if we'll get landing on atmospheric planets. Yeah, so we'll just buzz the tower on this one, I think. There we go. That's quite pretty. Well, look at that. That's actually quite nice. Total bit of artistry here. I almost got everything lined up. Look at that. That's quite pretty, isn't it? So there's Merlin in the foreground with Asta in the background, and the sun not very far away. It must be rather warm here. Is that red? Actually, no, that's probably red dwarf, so it'll be about right. So that's quite nice. That's nice, quite a nice little shot, isn't it? I like that. Very artistic. Let's go to Dust Bowl, because we can apparently land on Dust Bowl, which is the other moon that was in the original Frontier Elite 2. Which is on the other side of the orbit right now.
Frameshift drive charging.
Very nice. It is, isn't it, Top Shot? It does look pretty.
3, 2, 1, engage.
think an awful lot of people who played Frontier Elite 2 never ever got out of the system. Just trying to figure out how to actually get the ship to fly was a bit of an art form. Hyadum has a gas giant, as I recall, with a ring that's close to a large star. Okay, so I mean, see, they can override the Stellar Forge, isn't it? The Stellar Forge is the mechanism that makes stuff in the lead. They can override it when they want to. So I just smell it kind of like couldn't be bothered. I'm afraid, which is a bit of a shame. But hey, what can you do? Dust Ball does not sound like a particularly interesting place, does it? But it is at least true to the original game. We'll give them that. Those original games, of course, Frontier Elite 2 programmed in. I think I'm right in saying. Oh, I've done a shame already. So pay attention again. There we are, this recuperation data. So I'm not sure this is even worth going down to the surface because it'd be a really grey, dull planet. As to a small gas giant, says Commander Archangel, but in the system map it has no rings, but in the game it does have rings in Frontier First. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yes, the Dust Ball is just literally a very dull moon. Living up to its name, I fear. Let's just fly on past that one.
Orbital flight engaged.
I could take exception to orbital flight as well, but I won't. I've got enough things on my list of things that wind me up slightly in really dangerous. Megameters, because nobody ever in any other space game ever has ever used megameters, which is irritating. D-throttles, which of course we don't even talk about because of danger of being triggered. And a very long list of things, of which I need to have words with Braven about at some point in time. It's increasingly unlikely now that I live in the north of Scotland that he lives in the south of England, but you never know. Right, now I need to go and visit the... I know they're logically consistent, but why can't we just use kilometres? Or astronomical units. I prefer astronomical units. I can't... I mean, how many megameters is that way? I've got no idea how many megameters. Yeah, I see. Kilometres I'm quite happy with. But it should just be marked as kilometres. So yeah. But I want astronomical units because I'm old school. And Pluto's still a planet, so there. Right. I must admit, off the top of my head, I can't even remember where we started in Frontier First Encounter. It was somewhere up in the Alliance space, wasn't it? So yeah, okay, and a megameter is 1,000 kilometers. So it's just like that's wrong. What kind of measurement is that? I don't know how long that is. I mean, I can just about manage kilometers. I'd prefer it in miles, though, let's be honest. But that's because I'm old. I much prefer astronomical units because as I know what astronomical. I know what an astronomical unit is. Would I log it in furlongs and chains? Yes, I would actually. So who can remember where we started in Frontier First Encounters? It was... We didn't even have the Eagle. We had some weird wacky ship, didn't we? So I'm just trying to remember. Was it Sirocco Station? No, it wasn't the same place. It was somewhere up in the Alliance land. No, Sirocco Station. That's Frontier Elite 2. Yeah, Kazak. You see, Elite 2 and First Encounters did things in astronomical units. That's what I was expecting them to do. So what's the starting position? I should know this. There's a problem with getting old. You start forgetting things that you used to know. You remember knowing it, This is what's annoying. You remember knowing things, but you don't actually remember the things. It's like, I'm going to have to go and find it. Unless somebody gets there first. Somebody will. What's the starting system? It's age, true, says Orkney. You get to 60s, you forget you've had breakfast. It was the Saka Mark III was the name of the ship, but where do we start? It was somewhere in Alliance space. Alec Turner, yeah, I can't remember. I can't fathom it out. Some people think it was Moss 144. No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure. I might have to start the actual game. That means I've got to download DOSBox and stuff. I can't remember. Anyway, it was one of those. It was one of those things. I don't think I've even got. Have I got DOSBox installed on my PC? Might have. Okay. Hang on a minute. Yeah, sometimes you've got to do these things, haven't you? I've got to do DOSBox. There we go. Right. CD games. Hang on a minute. I'm making progress. Should have prepared this earlier. There's the fun in that. Fortunately, those old school games are so small it doesn't really matter. Right, DOSBox. Right, hang on. There's no reason why you shouldn't be enjoying my pain here. Let's. Images, video, doc now. Is that going to show up? No. Let me just add it to my main broadcast. Hang on a minute. I'm going to add a source. Is it going to be game capture? No, it's going to be a window capture, isn't it? Let's try DOSBox. We can actually see what we're doing. DOSBox. That one. There we go. Look at that. Boom. Right. Okay. So, okay. I'll whack it in the middle of the screen, slightly disconcertingly. Right. Should be a directory called. Oh, there isn't. Oh, probably I need to remap it again, isn't it? Let me just run that again. Here we go. Right. So, mount C drive. So this is how gamers used to work, my friends. Right. CD. Let's go to C drive. Read it already. Okay. Right. There's Elite. Yay! We're making progress. There's Frontier Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters. Right. We should be able to run. We should be able to get this to run by typing First Ink. Not bad. Yes. Oh. Doesn't work. Why doesn't it work under? It should be working under DOSBox. Why isn't it working? Everyone, because it. Yeah, I thought so. CD games, just go there. That's not working. It should work. Maybe I'll go to the setup first. No? I don't know why that doesn't work. This is how I used to. It's just how games used to work, i.e. they didn't. I don't want to say that's not working. Okay. I press Y to start the game. Okay. Cannot find 32 RT. Oh yeah, it can't be find 32 RTM.exe. Where's that? It's missing a file. Why is it missing a file? It's weird. Let's just see if the other one starts. Oh, that one's working. Ta-da! Well, that all worked. Okay, so why? Ah, someone's found it. Commander Archangel. Old Black Elk on Hope and Gateway. That's it. Gateway. That's the gateway. Don't super cruise in. DOS. Look at that frame rate. Okay. That's what I was trying to work out. We know where we got to go. We can chuck that cobblers away. State-of-the-art graphics. Right, hang on, I've got to remember. Old Black Elk and Hope in Gateway. Right, to the gateway system, my friends. Nostalgia just ain't what it used to be, is it? Here it is. That's where we're going next. Let's get up there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, look, the Bolg system. 8-bit. Run the batch file from the next directory up from the one you're in. Okay. That's probably a bit dangerous. I don't think I should DOS box and hyperspace jump.
3, 2, 1,
How many jumps was it? Oh, I'm jumping. Probably too many jumps. State-of-the-art graphics. Elite dangerous, yeah. Look, Mrs. Disappearing star in front of us as well. Occasionally does that, doesn't it? Just doesn't put the star at the end of the tunnel. I got 2 jumps to get there, but
fuel stripping.
no, stay checking my hamster.
Frameshift drive charging.
Come on, cook my cobra. Right, so once we had a look at this, I think we'll just, those of us who are here, we'll assemble for a little hyperspace jump. I've got a bit of Battlestar Galactica prepped, because that's what we used to use, the olden days. But yeah, we'll definitely get our lore tour up and running later in the year, I think. That's going to be quite good fun. Right, there's Gateway. At least the, I mean, to be fair, at least the system still exists in Elite Dangerous. That's something.
Fuel sync disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
If Bolg is in Elite Dangerous, then it can be implied that Bilbo, and by extension Frodo Baggins, is as well. This is why Asta has no rings, because Frodo dropped them in Mount Doom.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Solstice Project, you said 8-bit. Actually, it was 16-bit, to be fair. Right, so, okay, so we're looking for the Hope. Is the planet Hope? So the place is festooned now. So there's the planet Hope, which obviously we can't land on. But there is an orbital there, which I think I'm right in saying was in the original game. So let's just go and visit Hope because we can. So yeah, we can't get down to the surface on any of these planets. Alas. I guess this is yet another Earth-like world. Yes, the original Elite was 8-bit. Run to Elite 2 would have been 16-bit. Frontier at first encounters, I'm getting the impression is probably mostly 16-bit, maybe with a few 32-bits tacked on. Just to take advantage of more memory and stuff like that, I imagine. Because the 16, if there's any technical on the stream, they'll be able to correct me on this. An 8-bit computer can only address 64 kilobytes of address space, can't it? Without paging the memory then out and doing clever things like that. Whereas a 16-bit computer, I think, can address a megabyte? Is that right? And a 32-bit computer can do 4 gigabytes of RAM. I think I'm right in saying. 8-bit is 256. No, 8-bit. No. It's to be. That's the number of 256 bytes would be the number of address spaces you could have. So, are we beyond hope? We are actually, yeah. So I know my ZX Spectrum, for example, was an 8-bit computer, and that had 48k of RAM and 16k of ROM, which makes you 64k. And the Commodore 64 obviously was a 64k machine as well. So you're right that there was a 256-bit address space, but that allowed you to access 64k of RAM. Actually, Hope is not an Earth-like world. It's sort of a world of a high metal content world. Still can't land on it, but it's still there. Which is, again, it's very different to how it appeared in Frontier First Encounters. So if we just fly past here, we will be beyond hope. This stream has always been, to be fair. So there we go. Anyway, well, let's who's here? Who is here? There's a handful of commanders in the stream. So let me drop out of. Let's go to that space station, Dublin Citadel, which did exist. So rendezvous at Dublin Citadel. We'll organise there to do a little hyperspace jump because that's good. In lieu of beers tonight, we're going to do a hyperspace jump. We might need to do a little bit of the old tweaking the game with the. We are going to Dublin Citadel. Hoping they serve Guinness there. Feels like the sort of place that should serve Guinness, doesn't it? So Dublin Citadel is where we're going. So hopefully if we drop in there, the instancing gods will be happy with us. Is there a bob station? I don't know. Bob station would be good, wouldn't it? Right, so let's just park outside. I'm going to park outside. Come on, the top shot's walking there. Come on, the Dublin there. So if you can get to Dublin Station, Dublin Citadel.
Romeo Echo. This station is under Alliance control. Please comply with SARCOM flight regulations.
We'll see how many of us we can get to turn up. Let's just park outside the station entrance.
Scan detected.
There we go. And we need to find ourselves a nice planet to go to. Where should we hyperspace jump to? That sounds vaguely interesting.
Under attack.
Hello? Why is somebody shooting at me? Very nice. Where's the PC at the moment? Where's the PC attacking me? Oh, because I'm power playing. That's not very nice, is it?
SARCOM will report all threats to sister police forces. Please retract your weapons.
I can't, I mean, shot at. Oh,
Shields offline.
I think I might dock.
Request approved. Make your way to landing pad 16.
He shot to pieces. Cobra's not really set up for space combat. the problem with power play, you see.
Under attack.
He's not going to attack me in here, is he? It's pad 16. It's not pad 16, it's pad 16. Why do the pad numbers keep changing?
Shields online.
Yeah, you shows it there. So hopefully that dude got killed. Although it just spawned, he's still out there, look. So it's not illegal for him to shoot me. I think NPCs just get a special treatment. Right. He caught me by surprise there, so I think I'm going to go and get him.
Landing gear deployed.
My shield's back up. I am still pledged. Yeah.
Touchdown. Notifying ground crew.
Right, let's go
Welcome,
get him.
Commander.
So is he still there?
Ship released. Regulate your speed when exiting the docking bay.
Let's get him targeted before I start. It's just... He's on.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's see if I can get him. Okay, this is slightly unscheduled. Yeah, that's right. He's already on my case. Look at him go.
Scrambling system police. Surrender now, Commander.
Oh, I've just been shot by the space station now. Oh.
Integrity critical.
So I wasn't allowed to defend myself, despite the fact he was attacking me. Don't miss for the coppers. Incident report. Well, hopefully that will have despawned him. Oh no, have I got to do all that, cobblers? My Cobra Mark 1 back. No. Seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? So you can't defend yourself with opposing power space. I mean, yeah. Seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? All you got to do is run away. Oh, I'm in the orbital stockade. Oh, I could be miles away from anywhere now. No.
No gravity.
Oh, hang on.
Magnetic contact
I
active.
didn't mean that. I meant to launch. Stupid game. I haven't died on stream for a while. I have to say, Italy dangerous. Right, let's gonna let me out. Where am I? Oh, in the Ross 640 system. That was emerging gameplay apparently. Okay. Seems a bit harsh, doesn't it?
Landing flaps disengaged. You are on the line for departure.
Repulse is still looking for you, despite the fact he killed me. Well, actually, I suppose he didn't kill me, did he? So how far away from where I was am I? Just the one jump, I think. Or maybe two jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's not go to Gateway. It isn't in place.
Speed restrictions lifted. Be good out there, Commander.
Be good out there. I'll do my best. I wasn't being bad.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Top shot and I had him surrounded. Did I make a nice explosion? Thanks. I'll keep a good command down. So I'm not allowed to defend myself if I'm attacked. Over a bit of politics. It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Frameshift drive charging.
I'll see. No, we're going to do the hyperspace. I'm not going to let some NPC spoil my fun. Let's just this. We'll just have to get organised. Everybody, we'll go somewhere else.
3, 2, 1.
That's the thing. Organised meetings in strongholds has become a bit spicy. So, how about we don't go to a space station?
Fuel scoping.
Is there something else we can use? Be a fleet carrier or something. Let's go to a fleet. Oh, the stronghold carrier. That's probably a bad place to go, isn't it? Gateway interchange hub. What POI? What's it? Yeah. Is there a nice POA? Anywhere we can instance? Yeah, it's a good point. Gateway history. Let's go there. It's probably going to be any tourist things there. Gateway history sounds like a good spot. Yeah. Everyone head to Gateway history as a POI. We'll jump from there instead. I'm going to have to de-pledge. How do I de-pledge? Oh, okay, let's do that. I don't suppose that's going to help at the moment, is it? How do I unpledge? I don't think I can I? This doesn't seem to be the obvious way to do it from there. I was history in Gateway, now we're going to Gateway history. Then I'll be hunted by her. You can't win in this game, can you? You can just about break even, I decided, and that's about it. Space politics, eh? Whoever thought that was a good idea? I'll get this organised quick. Whoever's here, in this instance, that's where we'll jump with. Yeah, I should have stuck with the Empire, shouldn't I? Stop being fickle. It's a bit weird though, wasn't it? Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. There we go. Oh, there's a whole bunch of NPCs here as well, of course. But at least they're not hostile, right? That's something. Right, everybody form up. Let me go and find us a system to jump to. Let's go to the... the Indale system. Never heard of it, but that's where we're going to jump to. It's nice and short. The Indale system. Oh, there it is. So roll forward. Let's get it. I've done this for a while actually. Let's roll forward at 100 kilometers a second. Oh, back up a little bit. Oh. There we go. 100 clicks. So we're going to jump to the Indale system. Where's the external cam? Let's see who's here. Here we go, look. All the folks lined up. Yay, we've got a few of us, just a handful tonight. Let's right. What we need to do is. Right, for those of you who are here, engage your hyperspace jump drive, but don't throttle up. I've just missed I've just missed 10 o'clock because I was dead, so apologies for that. But we will go. Let's go for 2 minutes. So when the HUD on your clock reaches 21:02, that's when we'll do the jump. So, and I'll start some music and see if I can get myself a Twitch ban. See how it goes. Because I like doing this. I haven't done this for a while. Fleeing from the Viper tyranny where they were. There we go. Fly through space. Ready to jump. So, should be in about a minute's time, my friends. Original BSG is on Prime. Excellent. Old Cobra leads a ragtag fugitive fleet of very, very modern Mandalays. It allows for exploration ships, didn't it? Solstice project, you've got to do your do. It's just time for jump is exactly 21:02 on your HUD. 21:02 on your HUD. About 20 seconds from now. Coming up about. Now, go for full throttle, my friends. It's still cool, that really is. Oh, I'd better get my ship out of the corner, I suppose. The NPC there was thinking, what was that all about? Such a good piece of music, isn't it? Very militaristic, I like it. Got nothing to do with Elite Dangerous, of course, but it just feels like the right sort of music to do hyperspace jumps to. There we go. Right, let me fade that out. Did we crash? It's the problem when you click a different window. It's your Elite Dangerous game no longer responds to the joystick. So I end the stream how I started it. Complete disaster. But never mind. It's all good. Right, my friends. We will call it a night. Now, we must find somebody to raid, actually. So what we normally do at this point is just raid somebody who is an Elite Dangerous streamer who doesn't have very many viewers. So suggestions are always welcome in that regard. So let me know if you can find Idzidion. Okay, let me just look them up. Always good to have.
Traveling to the Galactic Center, so surely I.
Okay, so she looks like she is streaming Elite and traveling somewhere and has 15 viewers. So that's exactly the sort of person we need. So let's go and read her. So I'm going to send you over there, my friends. And say hello. Help her in her exploration quest. Oh, she's going for a partner push. Oh, okay, cool. So good luck to her. Take care, my friends. Be good. Send my regards and right on. Now, by the way, I will not be here next week at all, I'm afraid. I am actually going to be on holiday with my lovely wife. We are celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary, which means we won't be around at all. So sorry. Yes, I know. Hey, so that is a long time. So yes, that's what I will be doing. So yes, the streams will resume the week after next. But yeah, sorry to hear about that. But congratulations, yeah, thanks very much. But yeah, it's a long time, but we're going down to Edinburgh for a nice weekend away and some extra stuffs. So see you then. But be good, and I will catch up with you Monday, whatever it is, the following week. Take it easy, my friends. Be good, and see you soon. Raid engaged. The new across. And go. Take it easy, my friends. Be good. And I'll see you soon.